Welcome to Sage Sisters. We are sisters, besties, moms, and co-founders having a fun catch-up on parenting and life. Hey, I'm Ann.
What up, Ann? It's Kate here. I'm excited to be chatting with you today.
I know. Back at it. I'm good. We have a little bit of a rainstorm go through this morning and the power went out. And so there was like a brief moment where I thought the kids weren't going to go to school because the school power was out. And I was like, oh, not again, not again. And then I was like thinking maybe I couldn't podcast if my internet didn't come back. But anyways, came back. We're good.
Okay. It was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Yeah. I couldn't have been in that car drop-off line fast enough either when they did approve school.
Love it.
Yeah. How are you guys doing over there?
Doing great. We had similarly like a great weekend. It was just hard for everybody to get moving this morning. But got them out there just in the nick of time for the bus. Did a fist pump when they were out of here.
That's right. Let's go. Let's go. Normal week. Here we come.
Amen for a normal week.
Every time. We say this every time it's a normal week.
Well, they're few and far between.
Yeah, true.
Cool. I am up this week in terms of the topic. So I think I came up with a fun / totally easy one for myself, which was I realized we did our last like goal setting one when we were in our retreat in Asheville, and we just had our next team retreat last week. So I thought actually the retreat could be a good cadence for us than doing the reflection.
Yeah. Okay.
On the goal. So I wrote some down if you can't remember all of yours, but I thought we could do just how we're doing. How's life treating our goals, and where are we missing? Where are we hitting? Update.
Okay. I like it. I think open honesty missing is also important to note that, we'll see where we go. It keeps us on track.
I got a couple misses, so I will.
Exactly. I was just teasing the misses a little bit. So, yeah.
I also am pretty sure you wore that sweater last week. Is that the same one?
Yeah. Yes, it is. I actually was just uploading our podcast for tomorrow's drop, and it is, in fact, the same sweater.
I was like, tell me you own one new thing without telling me you own one new thing.
It's true. It's like, this is the one I bought for the Masters that I was promoting on the last podcast, so I just keep wearing it. When you like something, you like something,
And I like a bright color on a Monday or you know what I mean? It's like, it's an upper.
It's rainy out. We needed an upper. And it's a little bit like, it's still warm, but a little bit chilly because of the rain. So I needed something light, a light sweater.
A light layer.
Well, yeah, thanks for calling that out. Same sweater.
We'll do a side by side.
Yeah, exactly. My hair is actually different because my hair was up last time.
Totally different then.
Totally different. So if you do know we're not recording this on the same day, Kate looks different. My hair is down.
Yeah, I've aged definitely more than a week, I feel like.
I'd like to say my makeup looks better today, but I don't know if that's true.
All right. Well, let's get into it. What's your high?
Well, I think we should also tease that we have decided to add a new segment.
Okay.
Which is a weekly tech tip for parenting, which
we'll do it towards the end.
Is about what Sage Haven is. And we have a lot of good tech tips and parental control videos that we've already put together. So we're going to start talking about tech tips.
Love it.
Yeah.
If you're too lazy to read our 50-page guidebook, then this is a way you can consume a lot of the same content. We'll keep it nice and light and open to feedback. If you want more or less of that, let us know, and we will bob and weave accordingly.
Love it.
Okay. What's your high?
My high was that we traveled up to Evansville where our parents are this past weekend, and it was Easter weekend. And so it was just lovely. We did a quick 24-hour trip, which was perfect. And it was just nice to get the cousins together, family time. We missed your family.
No.
But
as Grace would say, I have major mofo.
Exactly. Totally mofo. But we missed you guys, but it was nice. We just did, a nice brunch. I love a good brunch.
Oh.
We had a dinner the night before with our other sister and her family. And anyways.
Did you guys like do what we usually do on night one, which is like drink some Whitehaven white wine, have some charcuterie, late night highballs? Like, was it the whole shebang?
Pretty much. It wasn't too late of an evening because the Flamians, our sister's family, had to get back. But it was still like, 8, 9:30, 10 o'clock, which was nice. So we had Whitehaven on the porch. It was actually really nice. It was supposed to rain, but it held off. The kids played in the driveway and in the basement. We had fruit and cheese sitting out.
Oh, good job, Mom.
Then we had like a ham dinner.
Ooh, that feels Easter.
It was very Easter. So it hit. And Aunt
was it
Shirley,
a honey baked ham?
Honey baked ham. It tasted like that. I'm not 100% sure, but it tasted like that. And we had like, the side of cheesy potatoes and all the good things.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, it was good. And then Aunt Shirley, shout out to you. Love you. She is known for her deviled eggs.
Yes. Did she bring them?
Even with the price of eggs going up, Aunt Shirley delivered. And she had
that's real gold now.
Real gold. And she like colored them like pink and blue. And anyways, it was cute. So.
Oh man, I wish I could have hung with you guys. That sounds awesome.
I know. Fun family time always makes me feel
This is a bizarre aside, but one of my team members from my last company was the heir to the honey baked ham fortune. And I was like, why are you working here? What a weird, funky business, but like absolute
probably
money
loaded,
maker.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
totally.
I don't know any other names of ham. Like I think that is the only ham I'm aware of.
And it is fire.
Yeah.
It is.
It had the thick crust with like the brown sugar taste. Oh, it was good. It was really good.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you? What's your high over there?
Similarly, coming off just a phenomenal Easter weekend, we definitely, there are times where you guys all get together and I'm like, why do we not live in the Midwest? I want to be there. But I feel like we did it as good as we could have done it here. We didn't overpack our Saturday. I played tennis. Cal had a Little League game. We had no plans at night on Friday or Saturday, which was heaven.
Great.
And then Sunday, we do a neighborhood. The Easter Bunny comes to our neighborhood, which is always it's tradition. I feel like this is, I think, the 4th year in a row. And it was so dang cute. That's the way to do it.
I love a neighborhood Easter egg hunt. Too cute. Yeah.
And then we went out for a nice brunch and it was perfect. I didn't cook. I didn't overdo it.
Love it.
It was dreamy. And then the Easter Bunny brought here a few new games, including Battleship. So we played Battleship last night and I thought that was pretty sweet.
We have Battleship and I love it. It's such a cute game.
What an OG classic.
The two older kids love to play against each other now too, and Lola has just learned how to do it, so it's pretty cute. The only flaw is that Lily likes to go around and pick those tiny little things,
the little pins.
The little pins, and that doesn't go well because she'll take them and throw them, and then that's usually the downfall for us. But it's still a great game.
Yeah, very cute, very cute.
All right, good high.
So great weekend coming off, feeling joyful, feeling lucky.
That's good.
What was your low?
It has to do with being outside. I'm loving this, get outside. We're just staying out later. We're sitting in the front yard a lot more. But long story short, we were just doing basic things in our neighborhood. Lily ran to our tree island, we call it, which is just a little patch of land in between some houses and almost like a cul-de-sac type of thing. And she wanted to just run around over there. And so I was just chasing her. Hours later, I'm in my bed. All of a sudden, I feel a tick.
No.
Yes. Oh, on my stomach. So I freak out. And then Phil gets it for me. And it did bite me, but we're watching it. It's not it's not looking like Target looking like where they say that's where you have to worry about Lyme disease or whatever. But it freaks me out. So then I was worried I didn't check the kids enough, even though they showered. I was like, did I miss it? Because they can be small. And the next morning I checked them. They were fine. But then that night, playing the same thing in the front yard, we found a tick on Ace's neck and got it. So it's a pretty southern Midwest focus, I think, but we have ticks and they come out right about now. Tick life. And it's a lot.
Isn't there a god awful country song about I'm going to check you for ticks?
What? No, I've never heard it. I mean, maybe there probably is. There probably
is. It's gonna be your new banger this summer.
I can't wait to look it up because it will resonate and hit home with me. But it's tick life.
Never mind. We're not moving back to the Midwest. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a watch out. But we just
the insects in general are gross. I will say California, I'm so spoiled. There's no bugs here, I feel like.
I am not outdoorsy really. Like we've talked about this. It's like I like string lights and rosé outside on the screened-in porch. Like that's my vibe of outside. But Phil is now on this book. I'm gonna get it wrong. The Comfort Crisis. Have you heard of this?
Well, only because you mentioned it.
Yeah, and it's basically like there's a lot more to it, but overall, it's saying that like we live too comfortably as society. Like we live in like 70-degree houses, and we're losing our edge, and people are more depressed because they aren't as independent. This is adults, not just kids.
Okay. Does kind of play into our independent play mindset though.
It does. And he's always, anytime I make a big, like, I've been really like talking about this tick for too long since we found it. And he's like, comfort crisis. He keeps saying comfort crisis under his breath. And I want to be like, my comeback is any parent with young kids living in a comfort crisis? No, we're never comfortable. Like I am always doing things that make me uncomfortable. So like, I think there's a flaw in this book, but anyways.
Well, not to toot my own horn, and I'm not a big camper either, but my friend and I, we just booked some campsites. So we're going to take the kids without the husbands.
What? Oh.
2 nights, which I'm like, ooh, edgy.
Good for you. Okay. Is it going to be like glamping or like
no
tent camping?
Tent camping.
Okay. Good for you.
I'll let you know how it goes. I'm proud of myself because I haven't done it yet.
Yeah. Well, I would like the update. Like we're doing goals today, like an update a couple months later. I need an update after camping.
Yeah. And Chris, my husband, hates camping. So I knew he was going to not enjoy it and, complain the whole time. And I was like, this would be more fun, actually. Just me and my girlfriend, our kids, they'll have fun. It kind of feels like more edgy too. Cause like, I don't know really how to do this. And like, we'll have to figure it all out. And like, that seems fun.
Phil does one every year with some buddies and they take the kids and he loves it. It's like one of his favorite things. They stay up after the kids go to bed and drink a little and hang out.
And you're happy to see him go.
Yeah. I have a free weekend with Lily as eventually Lily will be old enough. But when
she's old enough now, get her in there this year.
When you go down to one kid, it's really nice.
Yeah.
And she's maybe on the edge.
You could have a free weekend.
I think she's one more year away.
Okay.
Mine is like if you can actively not stumble around a fire, you're in. Like, I'm not sure she's there yet.
She just dives headfirst.
Yeah. I'm nervous.
Yikes. Okay.
All right. What's your low?
Oh, the tick. I'm not over that actually.
No, I know. I'm still not over it. I itch and like, I'm constantly like.
Yeah. I feel like I kind of got a little twitch now.
Yeah. 100%.
My low is aging is a bitch.
This is our low a lot. Go on.
I know. I'm like a broken record over here.
Which part of aging is affecting you this week, though?
Okay, here's my rant. I had a really busy work week last week. All good things, lots of investor calls, lots of momentum.
All good things.
Everything's good. Everything's fine. But like, the only workout I got for the first half of the week was a walk. Like I did calls while walking. That's what I could squeeze in.
Yeah.
So I had to set that up because I knew you were going to eye roll this next part. I had 2 tennis matches on Thursday, one in the morning, one at night. And
hard to pack it all in.
Yeah, hard to pack it all in. So I was like limping around on Friday. I could barely walk. I was so sore.
Yeah.
And then I had another match Saturday morning. And, not to toot my own horn here, but I played, this is the 18 plus league, right?
Yeah, right.
And I'm playing like the line 1 singles, which is like usually the best player on the other team I'm up against.
Okay.
And at 18 plus, oftentimes these women are like in their 20s, young 20s.
Yeah.
Anyway, the last couple matches I played these like young things.
Yeah.
And
pretty young things.
Pretty young things. How old am I? I would love to know, like, when I walk up, like, what they're seeing to me. I was
just thinking, are they like, this
not
older woman is a badass? Like, I'm, like how you talk about, like, the older, like, 60-year-old women who come in and, like, kick your ass. They're, like, totally, like, disguised as, like, not athletes and they whip your butt on the tennis court. Do they say the same about you?
I think they're thinking, sweet, I got an older mom here. I'm going to kick ass.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're athletic and they're like, shit.
I'm athletic, but I got to tell you, I was limping around Friday. I played Saturday. This woman wiped the court with me.
At least she's in her 20s. That feels better to lose to when they're like the best of the best.
And she was a college athlete and excellent player. Like she was legit better than me. And it was super fun. Like,
and her college days were 4 years ago or 3 years ago. Your college days
were. Bitch, come back after you had a couple kids and you're in your 40s.
That's right.
Yeah. But anyways, it was actually very fun. I was grateful to be out there on a pretty day playing tennis and held my own, albeit got beat pretty bad. But I thought it was competitive. And I could barely walk Saturday night. And then Sunday for Easter, I had heels on. And my ankles were screaming. And I'm just like...
I just want to set the stage. When Kate says heel, she's never wearing a big heel. We're talking a kitten heel over there.
Not a kitten. But it was a block. It was a...
Right above a kitten.
Kitten, I think of a kitten as like a 1-incher.
And the little like narrow,
the little grow.
Yeah,
I know they're popular, but I'm like that. I'm not cool enough to think that looks good yet. Give me a couple years, maybe. Yeah,
I hate them.
But these were a block heel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, strappy for Easter. I thought they were fine.
Swollen ankles.
Totally swollen ankles. I like had to take them off at the event, which is
no.
Yeah. That's how old I felt. Like I was kind of hobbling around, but I was like, what's worse? Hobbling around in these heels or taking them off? I don't know. You decide.
I think maybe taking them off because you were outside, right? Like picnic style. Isn't that okay? Maybe you were just like the vibe and people
I wasn't at a restaurant with my shoes on.
Well, I think that should be clarified because it's like if you were inside
good point.
At a restaurant, that's no good. Like that's like borderline people are taking a photo of like the barefooted person in the restroom, like judging them.
Or on the airplane.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, but like I'm still sore. Like I woke up, I got a real like I need like a Tom Brady guy to work my shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm not quite at his level, so I can't exactly afford that. Just like a body work guy.
Yeah, you need a body work guy. I think that's pretty low on the totem pole of things you need, but I agree that you might need it. I also maybe need some younger friends. I know I'm no spring chicken, but between you and Phil, who I hang out with the most in life, both you guys are talking about your older ailments, and I need some young energy.
I'm about to get upgraded if I keep yapping about this.
Well, Phil's back is tight. You know, he overdid it, and he can't decide how he overdid it, but, you know.
Well, here's the problem with both Phil and I. In our minds, we're 29.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Which is a good.
Like I did 2 matches in one day. Like that's something a 29-year-old would say yes to.
Yeah. Phil's working out. Like
he's working out. He's doing CrossFit, hardcore stuff, but yet the body don't lie.
Yeah.
So then the next day it's like, oh God damn it.
Yeah. He's
like, we're working out hard like we are in our 20s.
Yeah. He's like back spasming, so he can't hold our 3-year-old. You know, it's like, that's too far. Last night he was all excited because it got less tight and he was like high-fiving. He's like, God, it loosened up throughout the day. This is great. And then this morning, back to it. He's like, it tightened again.
All right. Well, I want to keep our friendship. So maybe next time I'll talk about like how spry I am and how useful.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's just like, it's hitting me hard too. This is the year it goes downhill. It's like eyesight, whatever's coming my way, it's coming. So I guess I should be aware.
It's just also I refuse to accept my age, so I don't balance my workouts. It's like, you know, it's not my personality.
I also, similar to how you were talking about that young 20-year-old looking at you, I think I'm younger than I am. So when I'm like hanging out with people or going out, I'm just like feeling I'm their age. And I'm sure the mindset is now changing where they're like, you know, I don't know what it is. Is it like classy older woman or is it like, oh, she's trying too hard?
Where were we? Were we at Chris's birthday dinner? I said something about like, oh, my spirit age is, 20. I think I said my spirit age is 29 again.
Yeah.
And he was like, excuse me. You go to bed about 9:30.
Yeah.
You're always complaining about your body hurting.
Yeah. Your spirit age ain't 29 anymore.
It's really, I had to reflect. I'm like, bring up some good points.
It is true. I'm way more of a homebody than I was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, you asked me to do anything, I'm in. Yeah. Now I'm like, is it?
Now my high was that I stayed home Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the 29.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not holding water anymore.
Yeah. We'll have to raise that number slightly. But
tough but fair. Tough but fair.
All right. Shall we get into the topic?
Let's do it. So set the stage. We ended up breaking down the goals last time into like personal, professional, Sage specific. So I thought maybe we could start at the top on the personal front. Do you remember yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, my personal one was that I wanted to up the workouts and do like 5 days a week of activity. And at the time, the holidays kind of got crept in and work was pretty busy. And so I just was coming up with different excuses. So I will say, I'm not doing 5 days a week every week where I thought I wanted to go, which was like weightlifting and cardio.
Like intense.
But I am walking and then doing some of that through the week. So I'm not far off of it. And quite frankly, I'm just feeling better. So I would say this is pretty close to my goal. Great. Which is I would like to continue on this path.
I felt like a high bar of like intense workouts 5 times a week. That's a lot.
Yeah, and I did that for a little bit, but like I will say I'm in this sweet spot now of I'm feeling good, but my body is not, as you would say, like you did in tennis, like too intense. Like when I've done this before.
Why is that? Is that because some of the workouts are low impact? Or?
Yes, because I listened to a podcast that hit me with like Dr. Stacy from, I think she's a Stanford doctor that specifically talks about working out for as you age and what's good for you and what's not. And like those HIIT workouts are not as good for you as you age because, sprint 30-second type of things are still good for you over time, like doing like up and down, like heart rates. But just doing straight cardio and these HIIT workouts are maybe too intense for your body. So I've maybe taken that to the other side, which I probably should have listened and like scaled a little back. But I was like, I took it and ran with it.
You heard what you wanted to hear.
Exactly. But I will say I'm feeling better about myself. And
so what's your workout now if you're not doing the HIIT style or like the CrossFit style? What are you doing?
We've talked about this before, so it may be a little bit of a repeat. But like
I may or may not have been listening.
Weightlifting, I still could continue to work on, but that's like 3 days a week. And then I'm doing more of like the stair stepper with weights in between or stair stepper stuff. Where before I was doing like Orange Theory every day, where it was intense running and stuff.
Orange Theory is hard.
It is hard. And I did drop a lot of weight when I was doing it intensely, but I was hurting and I didn't feel like I felt like I was stressing myself out more. So anyways.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. So
I think my equivalent goal here was play more tennis.
Yeah. Yours was.
And I'm playing a lot of tennis.
Yeah. Hence my
injuries.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, it would be smarter and, space them out adequately. But sometimes life, this is the tricky thing. You have a goal like play tennis 3 to 4 times a week. And then life happens and then you try to jam them on a few days. That's what gets me. I need to be more chill with this and be like, hey, if the week doesn't allow that much tennis, just don't pack them into one day. That's not going to be it. Just steady Eddie.
I like
it. But I'm doing pretty good at this. For me, I have found a way to go out there, even if I lose like Saturday. I'm just grateful to be outside. I love working out outside. I've realized that really adds something for the mental health side of it all versus the gym where I'm inside. It's like, no, I want that sunlight in my face.
Yeah.
I want to be applying sunscreen. I want to be dealing with the weather, like, little chilly. That's fine. A little hot. Cool. That's good. Yeah. I'm not a comfort creature. I'm out here battling the elements.
Totally. Yeah. Your
in Northern California
elements is real tough. I totally see where you're coming from there. But yeah, I like
but
the
it's been fun.
competitiveness.
It's competitive, but I also really like, even if I lose, I'm like, I'm out here at 42.
Yeah.
Outside learning a new skill in the sunshine. Yeah. Lucky me.
I'm going to say something kind of harsh. I hope it doesn't hurt your feelings. I love tennis for you. And I love the intensity and the competitiveness. And it's really good mental health for you. And I've mentioned this before, but I have too many friends, including you, that are doing tennis.
We're too obsessed.
I would like to hear less. It's like the vegan CrossFitter who won't shut up. It's like, I love tennis for you. Yeah. I would like to hear it less.
Okay.
Is that too harsh? I'm sorry.
No.
Let's hear it. Actually, I would like to hear it in 3 months when you give your update again.
Okay. Okay, I'll zip it until then. Here's what I think. You need to get into it because
I know. Everybody says it.
Once you're in, it's like pretty
And
fun.
I'm the type
And then
of
you want to talk
person,
about it.
yeah, I'm the type of person to talk trash on you all day long, and then I join it, and then I absolutely am all in, and I talk about it more.
Yeah,
Like,
you're going to be insufferable.
yeah, I know it.
You're someone who can't stop talking about Ezekiel muffins. Like,
Yeah.
you think you're not going to talk about tennis when you finally get in here?
I'm absolutely going to talk about it too much, but I'm not there yet, so I'm on the other side. So
it's still annoying.
Yeah,
it's like you're the sober person and I'm the drunk person, and it's fun, but you're not drunk, and it's not fun for you.
Yeah, and it's like I would like you to repeat your stories less, is what I would like.
All right. Well,
moving on.
Let's move on. Let's move on. If I can take some feedback, I can take some feedback. Let's move on.
Parenting.
What's your next one?
And kids. So basically, this is more of a parenting goal.
Okay.
My goal was to be less anxious and stressy, and like more chill vibes as a parent. And I will say I probably met at 50-50. I definitely am not all there. I have made strides to be a little bit more chill.
Wait, tell me more specifics. Where are you more chill than you were?
Well, before I was kind of alluding to the fact that like I would take one, say it 2 times, say it 3 times to my children, whatever it is I'm asking them to do, and then I would absolutely blow a gasket. And we've talked about this over the last couple podcasts too. And I've
you had a 5-step escalation.
Yeah. So I have learned to do less there, but I'm just trying to be more lighthearted with the kids too. When they're doing something annoying, I am actively making a joke out of it. So they kind of laugh with me, and then I'm like trying to pivot what they're doing or ask them to do something. Now I'm 50-50 there. Not every time. This morning, I absolutely lost my shit. And we're talking about like a couple hours ago. Because one of my children was not listening when I repeated it, and we were a little distracted because we had like a baking show on, which we shouldn't have before school. Anyways, so I'm not quite there. But I will say I'm actively progressing and getting better, and that's all you can ask, right?
Okay, so let's grade it.
Okay.
Let's quantify it. Every goal has to be
out of 100.
We can do 10 or 100, whatever you feel like.
Okay.
Where were you and where are you? Like, how many points better would you say you've gotten on chill parenting?
So when we spoke a few months ago, I was probably 60%.
Okay.
I'm giving myself an F. Maybe C.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say that I'm probably 85.
Oh my gosh, that's huge improvement.
Yeah. I'm not an A. I'm not a C. I feel like I'm right average.
Okay. I think that's worth celebrating. That's a huge step. And you still have a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, that is much, much harder.
And I will say, I talked about this on the pod too, but we had some setbacks with like Lily falling off the playground and Lola flipping her bike. Like there were things that were making me more anxious. But I do feel like I'm still.
You're not bubble wrapping them.
I'm not. I wanted to for a little bit, but I'm still trying. So
Lily can't dive into a fire yet, but we're finding the balance. Are you following her up the stairs?
No. So
great.
Yeah.
Great job. I'm proud of you. I always thought that was really overkill.
Yeah, I know. And it was, but no, I'm she's gotten a little bit more freedom even after.
Wonderful.
So.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
What my next one on the parenting side was the year of do less.
Right. Yeah.
And pull back on the kid activities to make time for downtime.
How do you think you're doing?
Killing it. I'm crushing this. Although I'm worried it's not going to hold because some of the activities coming up are just more intense. I think we got a little lucky in the spring because Grace opted out of softball and flag football.
Yeah.
And, it's like, and we had lulls. But man, I really felt so proud of myself because I felt like family dinners came back in a better way, a more energized way. Before it was like, I'm committed to this, but it's almost stressful to pull together because we're trying to thread a needle between too many kid activities. Yeah. Now, again, they're playing outside. Grace is playing in the cul-de-sac basketball after school.
Love that.
I love it. I'm actually like, this is better than whatever else you could be doing. I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting Cal outside as much as I'd like. He's just an inside kid.
Yeah, right.
So I'm still trying to figure that, but at least we have downtime. At least he has downtime.
Yeah.
So anyways, I feel like I'm crushing this one. I'm nervous that swim is going to get in the way here.
Totally. But here's the thing is, I will say before you rate yourself or grade yourself, take advantage of the lulls because you'll get lulls depending on what your kid activities are. Like it could be different times in the year for me versus your family, but like you took full advantage, and that is a huge win in my opinion. And swim will increase, but that's also like a really great thing for you. That's one of Grace's best things she does, and it's really important to Chris. And like, yeah, it goes a little crazy, but it's not that long. It's like the month of June, right? Like it's a lot, but it's like
all summer. But
okay, well, I just think like that's your thing. Yeah.
Well, and Cal being on the swim team this year, I think will help. So it's like a family thing. I think if I have the right mindset with it, and it could be a really joyful swim summer.
Yeah, I love that.
Anyways, I'm doing great at this one, and I can't recommend it high enough.
So what would you rate yourself when you said this a couple months ago in December?
I didn't do a good job in the fall saying no to activities, and I felt like every day we had something. So I would give myself, I think 60 feels about right.
Okay.
You know, there might have been a few things around the edges I said no to, but we were doing every day was work's finished and what's the kid activity?
Yeah.
I don't know that I could have. Well, I did add piano in, but she wanted to do it, and it's only half an hour a week.
Yeah, that's different.
I'll give myself a 95 here. I think I did great for this season, but it won't hold. It won't hold. I can see the future coming where it's going to ebb and flow.
Yeah.
But do less, people. Do less. It's so joyful. You have a little time to breathe. I feel like my mental health has been better. I feel like the kids, we've had sweeter moments.
Well, and it's just not easy to do. So I condone that. And like, again, it depends what the season is for you to be able to pull back. But already I'm having like this, we were debating whether or not Ace should do fall baseball as well, because he really wants to do football more. And it's like, yeah. And it was like, oh, I don't want him to be behind though in kid pitch. And it's like, okay, get that mindset out. He'll be fine.
Scram. He's fine. He's a great athlete. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. All right. Marriage. So I kind of stole this one from you on the last time we did this, which was, we kind of both had this goal, I should say then, which was try to get more date nights where possible. And we had set a goal at 2 date nights a month.
Yep.
I would say when I did this, we were at like 40%, 40 out of 100, 40% rating.
Does date for you mean one-on-one, or can other friends be there?
Well, I said one-on-one. So we do a lot of activities, and a lot of our babysitters are around when we join other people. So we do pretty well at that. So like, I'd say like Phil and I hang out a lot. We socialize. He works from home. I work from home. We see each other a lot. But like I was specifically saying date nights. Just us two. We're not very good at that. We always invite friends too, because we're social people. So it's like, we'll go out and be like, do you guys want to join us? It's like, yeah. Anyway, so we were pretty like 45% at that out of 100. What's that? Like lower Fs. I don't even know the rating system after 50. Okay.
Poor.
What didn't go up that much, 55% now. Like we are not getting those date nights unless like the parents have come down and we've taken advantage of them. We still are using our date nights with other people, and we need to be better. But the gym, Lifetime, I said this on the last time too, has parent night out, and Lily had to be 3, and she just turned 3. So we're about to try to take advantage.
Okay, that's
so I'm going to run that back. What about you?
I haven't done this as a fail.
Yeah, we both failed at this.
I think part of my issue is my husband doesn't want to have more dates with me. Tough. No, I'm just joking. I feel super connected to Chris. I actually think like, what are we measuring here? Like, is it marriage feels good and we're connected? No. I think that's why people put in the date night.
Yeah, no, we're specifically targeting 2 date nights a week. Did you or 2 date nights a month? Did you hit that?
No, I'm trying to justify like.
Of course, I just did the same. It's like, yeah, super connected. We do a lot of activities. However, total miss. We have not been prioritizing it. And it's honestly a little bit because I'm eating at my nights with tennis. Or I have a girls' dinner I do every other month with my city friends. You know, it's like the extra night here and there. Yeah.
And then when we do have a night, it's like, I actually do kind of want to go out with some friends too. We've had some fun nights. that felt datey, like double datey or triple datey.
Which maybe we can start, maybe that's just what we should start as the new goal, which is like those count like times when you're with them still getting no kid time. Like I think that should
no
maybe
kids
start counting.
And a little bit, I think date vibey. You know, it's not like a men's table and a women's table. I never see them. It's like, no, we're like,
you're together chit-chatting with each other.
Well, so I'll be first to tell you, a one-on-one date wouldn't kill us.
On a scale of forgetting your anniversary to 100%, where are you?
If I was probably at 30% before, I think I'm at 40.
Okay.
Marginal improvement. And honestly, that's really only picking up more friend dates. We really haven't picked up the one-on-ones.
Yeah. I do think most people implement one-on-one dates because the connection's not there. So I agree with you that it's a good call out to say like you feel super connected. That's not the issue. You just want some to still like add in date nights to take it to the next level of one-on-one. That's the same with me. I'm here for that. Like
I also think we do better in the summer where we can go to the driving range.
Yeah.
Not that we couldn't do that before. I mean, that's especially here, but it's easier.
Yeah.
Or just do something, just do something. No, I need to focus on this a little bit. I think of all the places, this one's a little bit
of a fail. I agree. And also like new goal for us is to like, as we come up to summer, the kids are going to be around more, even with camps and stuff. I think it's going to be even more crucial to try to implement that and take advantage.
2 a month. Is that I think I'm going to go down to 1 a month.
Okay. I mean, obviously we both failed, so it feels like that's more
2
of a
feels that's every
goal.
Other week. I'm like, it feels almost stressy on the logistics front.
Okay. 1 a month.
And again, we don't have I'd have to tee up babysitter. Our kids are not quite old enough where I could leave them home. I think this could get way easier. Like I have a good friend whose oldest is 11 and the younger one is 8. So it's like, she's in the sweet spot of like, she can leave them at home.
That's still too young. You're not allowed to legally leave them at 11, I don't think.
Oh, well,
they have to be a certain age.
I won't
legally.
Call her out by name then.
I think it's 13. Maybe I don't know the exact age, but I'm pretty sure there's a legal, like an actual, like regulated.
I also think it depends the kid.
Yeah.
Like Grace at 11 is going to be absolutely fine.
Well,
staying home alone.
We'll see. Follow those rules.
You get your bubble wrap off of your kids. Your kids are going to be 15 and you're still going to not leave them at home.
I'm pretty sure Ace will still not be good.
Ready. He might not be ready.
Just kidding. I say like one-on-one a month and like one with friends. So that way it's a little bit more.
I think is a good. I like that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So a little tweak on the goal next time because we did so poorly at it.
Okay. All right. Moving on to business.
Okay.
Mine was overcoming imposter syndrome was my business but personal goal. So nothing to do with Sage Haven. I don't know if I've really done well at this either, to be honest with you. I've tried. There are moments that I feel a little bit more confident. But then there's things that creep in where I still am not like 100% great in the VC world or feeling like, with finances, like those are some of the stuff I called out last time, but it's like, I still have imposter syndrome on a lot of like the business stuff. Personally, I don't have imposter syndrome. Like there's a lot of things with go to market and sales that I don't have imposter syndrome on. But when you're talking about just like being a co-founder for the first time and talking about being a tech co-founder to people who ask, like, I think I still have imposter syndrome a little bit. I downplay what we're doing.
Did the StartX experience help or hurt this?
I think I think it actually helped. I will say at the beginning, I felt very insecure a little bit with like being in the same room with some of these people who are just so smart,
so good on paper.
And then at the end of it, after even doing like calls with people, I felt way more confident with myself. Not that like I downplayed them, but I felt very much like, oh, okay. Like I'm really good at these things. They're really good at these things. There's a lot of stuff they're lacking, like, that I'm good at. And I definitely walked away feeling more confident. So I did think it helped.
I thought that might happen just because
Mm-hmm.
I've been around the types that you read their resume and you're like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
But then you kind of watch them in action and you go, wait a second. Why did you do that? That makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I was hoping that would have that impact, but it was also, not enough companies like ours. Like maybe the comps weren't quite the right ones.
That's kind of where it is. And it's like some of these
Yeah.
individuals were doctors solving a tech issue in the medical world. That's so far away from any of my skill sets. And so it was still a little like, oh, I don't really know.
Yeah.
Like how to give advice to this person or whatever. It's like, no, you're super smart. Do it on your own. Maybe the business side, like I can speak to a little bit more, but I just don't know enough about that industry.
Right.
But I will say it just gave me confidence overall and just like what we're doing and speaking to it and whatnot. But I could still use some work here. So like, I would say I was like 45% when we last talked and maybe I'm 70.
That's good.
Yeah. So improving, but
improving.
Yeah.
Okay. Good for you.
What about your business one?
Was when work gets hard or anxiety-ish, don't just grind. Like my natural response is work harder. Versus staying kind of like in my body and going, trust yourself and just keep working smart. You know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I will say, there were some moments that really tested me, and I had to catch myself in a frenzied grind mode. So I didn't eliminate them, but I thought I did a better job kind of catching and then repairing, if you will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like instead of going down the grind path for weeks on end into the abyss.
You didn't.
I feel like I'd grind for a day or two and go, wait a second, And I have a wonderful coach. I'm a huge believer in like everyone should have a coach. In your personal life, you should have a therapist that's coaching your life. If you're running a business, you should have a business coach. Anyways, my business coach, shout out to Kat, is just incredible. And I feel like she's done a good job helping me catch it earlier and then recenter, go back to what I feel in my gut, not let anxiety like pull it up into the head place, like go back into the, no, I know I'm doing this right. I know it will come together. Like trust the universe a little more, trust myself a little more.
Yeah.
And I think some of the StartX experience, which is the incubator that we did, it was like a 12-week or 10-week incubator. It's like Stanford affiliated. It was a great experience. But there were moments in there where I'd hear, oh, well, this is how we do it, or this is how we do it. And I'd be like, oh my God, I'm not doing exactly like that.
Right.
But then I would be like, do I know what I'm doing? Like, oh, okay. And then I would do all this work and then only later to kind of come around to the place, which is like, oh, the way I was doing it was just perfectly fine.
Yeah. Just don't overanalyze it. Don't
pivot. I got in my head a little bit on a few items. So, but I would say maybe went from 60 to 75 here.
Okay. That's not bad.
Not bad. I'd love to get to the place where there's just, it's such a deep knowing. It never even goes to that place. I don't think I'm quite there yet.
We're just such an early stage. It feels like part of the, it doesn't know. I don't know if that's possible at the stage of the business we're at right now, to be honest with you. Like, because we're still
making. It's a tough fundraising environment. You know, it's like I'm taking a boatload of rejection and it's like, there's a human component to this at some point where you go, okay, do I sit here and reflect on all the rejection or like, am I doing something wrong? Are there things I could be doing better? And then you have to go back to like, no, you know what you're doing. You've done this before. Yeah. And, truthfully, like the second I get into my body and kind of get a different attitude, everything starts falling. Everything starts happening. It's like, how many times do I have to learn this? A little bit. I almost beat myself up. I'm like, Kate, you've done this for 20 years.
It's like, human nature. It's human nature.
I realized I hit 20 years of entrepreneurship though.
That's wild.
Yeah. So anyways, it's like, I know what I'm doing more than these people.
Right. Stay the course, have confidence,
trust yourself.
And it kind of leads, yours is not necessarily imposter syndrome, but there is a little bit of like whatever that doubt is of like even the business model or whatever, that when you hear it in the fundraise, it's natural to have those reactions to say, okay, I'm just going to grind. So
here's the thing. It's not imposter syndrome on, am I good enough?
Right. Yeah, that's
like
the difference.
I don't have that. And I'm not saying like I think maybe I'm missing a gear. But it's like I just feel like I've worked hard along the way. And again, I met so many people who look absolutely amazing on paper, and you meet them and they're just normal people. But you start doubting, is this the right business at the right moment? Like, is this going to work? Right. Like I start getting into the strategy tactic doubts, if you will. It's not ever about me.
Right.
But
what
I
could
do
the team do differently?
Yeah. What could Anne do differently? What could she do? No, it's like, I honestly have, there are obviously things you go back and go, I should have done X, Y, or Z different. But it's like, I don't doubt that I deserve to be here.
Yeah.
I do, of course, when a lot of smart people go, oh, it's a tough space. And then you kind of go, well, what did I get myself into? Why did I pick this?
Yeah, I get that. Well, and I will say, even the amount of time I've been doing this with you, I have already started to harden in certain places where I'm kind of like ready for my pretty woman moment, where it's like, big mistake. You didn't believe in us. Big mistake. And like taking that, like, it's not me, it's you. Yeah. Like, I'm starting to do that a little bit in certain ways. So I do think that's helping me. But
what was that notebook I got you? It was funny. The Christmas one. Do you have it?
I don't remember where it is. Oh, actually, is this it? Hold on.
What's it say?
No, that's not it.
Okay.
I'll have to find it. I forget, but it's
something like people who didn't believe me and how that's going for them.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm starting to make that like grudge list that is just making me work harder.
Yeah.
And have that moment in the future.
Although it's a happy medium. I think I might have ticked over into so hardened I believe no one. It's like I trust no one.
Yeah, that's like 20 years of entrepreneurship where
I know. Exactly. But like we had an investor this morning come back and say yes. And I was like, they probably don't
really yes.
I'm just like, nah, it's not gonna.
Yeah. Something could go wrong still. I'm not gonna
I'm like, nah, it wasn't a hard enough commit. It was like a clear as day commit. And I'm like, nah. It's like, Kate, okay.
You've gone too far.
Yeah. Get the ice chips off your shoulders and like, let's get this across the finish line.
All right. Well, let's move on. But I'm proud of both of us for growing a little bit there, and we'll continue to work.
I see progress on yours. Okay, I don't know. Do you see progress on mine? Because I think a little bit is like I need a accountability
100%.
mirror.
No, 100%.
You think I'm more...
Yeah. What I remember telling you last time we recorded this was like, I don't want you to work yourself into the ground every time there's a small pivot, like, which is natural. And I do think you have gotten so much better at that. Like you are like, we're still working so much, but before it was like, I need these 8 materials to be like visible and I need to create them in order to show the proof of the slight pivot. And they were taking you hours to do. So it was just like, I see a change there.
Good.
Where I think you've improved a lot.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Good to hear. You too. I feel like you're kind of stepping into it. A little bit more
confident.
Just stepping into it. I mean, I always knew because I've done this for so long. I knew you had all the skills.
Yeah.
But I knew that you didn't know you had all the skills.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So cool. Fun to see.
Okay. Well, the next one was business related to actual Sage Haven. So like what we are doing. And one thing that's huge is that we're referring to Sage Chat a lot, which is now officially Sage Haven, our name change, which I'm excited about. But my side is very much like go to market, partnerships, and community. That's a lot of what I'm doing for us. And at the time, we wanted to start growing a Sage parents community around parents activated, elementary school parents specifically, activated around this tech issue with their kids. And since we've spoken and recorded that, we have launched our Kids in Tech Guidebook that was free digitally for all parents. We started our social media with Instagram and Facebook, and we started our Sage Sisters podcast right here.
Yep, you're right.
And all of those things are huge milestones. They seem kind of, because we've been going a little bit since, they seem like old news to me. But if I reflect back, we've come a long way since we had this conversation.
We just have only been doing this pod since December.
I know. And so it's like November, actually, mid-November, but not that long. Okay. And we have grown our community, and we have like over 11,000 parents on the wait list for Sage Haven app, which
I
is
know,
our
and
safe
slow clap.
messaging app.
You're
Yeah.
crushing it.
We have, a bigger community of parents outside of that. And, we're just continuing to grow. And I do think there's a little bit of like, we're not trying to be influencers. We're not trying to do like you see like people like that's their whole job. They want to be influencers so they can get paid ads, and that's how they get paid. We're just trying to build a community of activated parents, which I think is a little bit slower of a build because it's people really trying to believe in your business and see what you're doing.
And we're not using like clickbait to get there.
Right. We're not doing fear. We have decided as a company to not do fear tactics. If you see any come out recently, we're testing some stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But like, we're not trying to say like, this is the amount of kids dealing with mental health and depression, and this is why Sage Haven is the result. We want to be more positive. So it is a little bit slower build, but I'm happy with where we've come.
Guilt-free, connecting content.
That's right. And so from a community, I give us, we were at what? Well, we didn't even start. So we've grown a lot. And I would say we're at like 70, 75% now.
I will say too, I feel like we're kind of punching above our weight class right now with the level of content that we're putting out. Like I thought the guidebook, we had worked really hard on it, but it turned out wonderful.
Yeah.
The videos that we created, the how-to videos, we've gotten a lot of great feedback on that. They look really professional and people are understanding them. And like, I think we hit on that. I think the voice of it all, which I know you were a big part of in terms of like, how do we play? I feel like the voice is resonating. And I think you're seeing that with some of the like organic traction that we're building.
Yeah.
So in general, I think you got to go higher on this. I think we're doing great. Yeah. And we don't even have, the app
isn't even live. Yeah. We don't have an app yet, which is
almost. I guess that's mine. So like on the product side, I had said, I want to get a sick pilot out in, I said 3 months, and then I want to be live in 6 months. That aired in December. We're sitting at late April. We are running 6 weeks behind on, it's the same thing. We hit a few snags on one of the integrations with the AR filters that cost us about a month. We hit a couple snags on interoperability that cost us 2 weeks, I'd say. So we're a little bit behind where I wanted to be, but like also in my 20 years, I've never been exactly on, like this is tech. This is the life. And I think, I got my hands on the live product last week and I went, this is a very good V1. We are delivering on the core promises around supervision, AI moderation, like the main things that I think differentiate us, I think we deliver on early. So I'm really happy about where we're at. And I know that the next couple of weeks and months will be busy fine tuning and tweaking. And like, that's all very normal. Again, we had like gave ourselves 3 months for that. I think that's probably going to be about right. So we're looking at a summer launch and getting people off the wait list. And I feel excited. I really do. I can't wait to get this product out there and to have parents use it and give us feedback and use data also to decide like, are we at MVP or minimum viable product? Sorry for the jargon. Are we there? Do we have product market fit? Do we need to keep building? Like, I can't wait to get the data to like answer those questions. Not like me going like this, but like with some real meat on the bone.
Well, I'm
proud of where we're at.
We're very close. It's exciting. It's taken a little bit more time, but to your point, that's natural. And I'm so excited about the big launch. We've been testing for a little bit, but in small ways. And, it's like, it'll be exciting to just be able to say, download the app today instead of waitlist or early access coming
or pre-order.
Soon. Yeah. And I also think that to my coming back to mine a little bit was like partnerships too. And I feel a little bit like I want to be further along with partnerships, but a lot of the feedback we're getting when we have close partnerships, and we have some, but it's
Do you need me to say my favorite line?
Go. Oh yeah.
Chicken or the egg, baby.
I'll
chicken
go ahead and drink
egg.
to that because it's a drinking game. It is.
You can't get partnerships till you're live. You can't get partnerships till you're live.
Yeah. So I am very excited about that for the future, like updates next time for all of that stuff. So,
well, and the other thing too, you didn't call it out, but I feel really excited about the team you put together. We're using like some part-time fractional people, and it's
yes.
like, I really think you've assembled a star team.
I do too. Shout out to all of you individuals. I won't say your names in case you don't want to be on the pod. I haven't cleared it yet, but I'm very excited for all of the people working on this side of things with growing social, digital performance marketing, helping out with really, really cool content, which is like commercials and different things for Sage Haven. Like the content, the branding, it just looks so good. And I'm so excited to release things soon.
Soon, baby. Soon.
So stay tuned.
Okay.
And follow us and share us.
Yeah, exactly. Especially on Instagram. Instagram's been harder than Facebook to build a following. So follow us at Sage Parents on Instagram.
Yeah. What I've learned with that too is that activated parents, especially around like group tech and things, are on Facebook groups still. And so Facebook is growing much more rapidly than Instagram, where people kind of follow more individuals and less business. And
I kind of get it though, because it's like the only time I go to Facebook is like for a Facebook mom group, or like I'm taking action over there more.
Totally. And on Instagram, I go to business Instagram pages all the time to just see like what's going on. Is it valid? Like what's happening? But I don't necessarily follow them because I'm following more individuals who are giving like different types of content. And so it makes sense. And so anyways, follow us because we have some really cool content coming out too with some parental control tips and different things. And I'm excited about where we're going with it. But
Cool. Yeah. Cool. So anyways, I think you got to give yourself a really high score on that one.
Yeah.
And I'll give myself a B, I would say. Excited, but 6-week delay is a 6-week delay.
Yeah.
Chop.
And
I keep being like, could I have seen that coming? Could I have whatever. Yeah. Anyways.
Well, I think next is our goals for the next time. I don't have that many changes. I would like to continue like all the personal ones, the parenting, the marriage, and then these business ones we're talking about. I could redo these in 3 months and see again, like another 3 months and see where we are. Like,
well, what slight tweaks? Like I have a slight tweak. Instead of having my goal on fitness be 4 tennis a week, I'm going to just go something every day.
Okay. I like
that. Because I don't want to have to do 2 matches a day and then hurt my body. You know what I mean? I want to be a little bit more measured and balanced with it. But I'm going to give myself full credit for a walk on a busy day.
Yeah.
So mine is move your body every day.
Okay. I guess my personal tweak then would be I still would like to find a hobby. I don't know what that will be, but like outside of fitness and those goals, I would like to have a personal hobby that is fulfilling to me, that is just my interest, and I don't know what that is yet. So stay tuned. But
is there anything in the creative, like, I don't know if it's home projects or no, because that's too much work.
What about too much work? Like, I'm just not
art?
Good at
what
DIY.
About art? No, that's
I'm
not really
awful at art. That's not right. I mean, I am the worst artist.
Music? Do you have any?
Zero talent in the music department. This is why it's hard for me to find a hobby. It's like I don't really have interest in learning an instrument. I just don't. It's just not for me. I've tried it. No. I'm not a good singer. I'm not a good artist. I can't paint. I have a friend who's a really good painter. It's like, no, that's not me. So I have a hard time. It's like, we dabbled with gardening, but I'm not even sure that's it. It's like.
What about stand-up comedy? I'm serious. I think you'd be great.
Oh, no. I just can't imagine. No, I feel like cringe city thinking about myself trying to do that,
Okay.
But we're getting warmer. I'll continue to think on this. I need a
hobby. What about bringing back make your own clothes?
I have actually thought about that because my mother-in-law is sewing all my things. Like
knitting and sewing.
Yeah. So maybe I could get myself a sewing machine again.
And like knitting, they're cute sweaters.
Not a knitter. I'm not a knitter. You are going to wear your UFAs and knit. I'm not knitting, but I will.
I'm trying to be helpful here. I thought this was a brainstorm and there were no bad ideas.
Super helpful. Sorry to bring that negativity. I don't want to knit. That just put me in a weird, like, I'm not a knitter.
Yeah, it wasn't the right answer.
I want to feel younger with my hobby, not older.
What do hot young people do for hobbies?
No clue. I mean, work out.
No, it can't be workout. It's got too much baggage. This has got to be just something.
Well, I mean,
unless it's a new skill.
Tennis, yeah.
Unless it's a new skill.
Right.
Golf?
Actually, golf's not a bad one. I really like it. And that would be also, Phil loves it too. It'd be bonding. And I'm pretty good. I just don't play all the time. So I think I could be good. I could be really good.
The one problem with golf is it takes a lot of time.
Right.
But I think there's almost, again, if you could find the right facility.
Yeah.
4 holes.
Okay.
Driving range.
Right.
1 hour of golf.
I like it.
Can you find a 1 hour of golf thing that actually feels fun and you're working on the skill of it?
Since the Masters 2 weeks ago, and my outfit was on point, I've had the energy of being like a golfer wife.
The outfit.
Yeah, this is my whole new persona is like golfer wife. Now I think
you're wag.
This is it. Yeah, I'm
a golfer wag.
Yeah, exactly. Girlfriend, yeah, and
wife and girlfriend.
Wife and girlfriend. Yeah. So yes, I think this is it. I'm going to become a good golfer.
But that's not the wag. That's the golfer.
Well, no, that's what my new goal is. I've had this energy with the wife. Now I'm going to be the golfer.
I like this.
Yeah, me too.
Plus, lifetime sport. You need one. All your stuff is so intense. It's that's not your new. What's your Dr. Stacy?
Yeah,
you need a lifetime thing.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. Boom.
Okay. I like this for you.
Yeah, me
Golf
too.
More. Golf more. Plus, it's got a lot of things you like. You can get a cocktail.
I can be outside.
Fresh air.
Yep. I can do it with kids or without.
No kids. Get them out of there.
On occasion. They have a cute little kid golf.
You're going to ruin this. I smell it coming a mile away.
No, all right, sorry.
This is for you. This is your hobby.
I forgot.
All of a sudden, this is going to be a shower. This is about to turn into a shower.
Showering is not a hobby. I have to repeat it to myself. Showering is not a hobby. Okay, let's move on.
And we made a tweak on the dating one. We're going to do one friend and one one-on-one. I got to get a couple one-on-ones. Also, can you please plan your birthday party? Because I feel like that could be a one-on-one kind of vacation for Chris and I.
I've already decided
it's happening.
I talked to Sarah and Ryan this weekend too, our older sister,
and
we're doing Austin. We're going to do Austin.
Yes, let's go. I was hoping you would say that.
Yeah, so we're going to do Austin, Texas for my birthday, and we're going to
hot 40, baby,
hot 40.
Well, I feel like too, Chris and I taking a trip without the kids, haven't done it and can't remember last time. That also feels very datey. I'm going to totally give myself credit for that, even though you guys are there.
That probably counts for a couple dates. At least.
That probably counts for all year.
Yeah. So
do less.
Yeah. Okay. I'm excited. Okay. All right.
Great. I'm excited by that.
Yeah. So I think those are the tweaks. I don't have any other ones.
What about any work tweaks? No, mine are the same. I'm going to continue the mastery of calm and cool and trust myself at all steps. Don't panic grind.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I have one.
I think I need new ones on the launch because we're so close. I need a new thing. I need some time to think about exactly what I want that bar to be, though.
Yeah.
But it's something around successful launch, nail product market fit.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. That's a little bit ambiguous. Usually the things need to be more specific, but I'm going to say nail product market fit by the next retreat.
I have one more for us.
Okay.
When we have low weeks because of either product, issues or anything, no matter what the low is, we always come back with new energy, and have a great week. And I want to try to be positive more often.
I like that.
Even when things with work are stressful, you and I's energy, we're good business partners because we always come back to the positive and help each other get through those moments. And then all of a sudden we're vibing. And the podcast has been great for that too. Anytime we record a podcast, it brings us back into a good headspace. And so I would like to be in that good headspace more often and just be positive and not try to let any negativity affect the day to day.
Love it. I do like one tweak we made on the tactical side, which is we're doing one long one-on-one every Monday. And it was combination of connection stuff, how you feeling, check in there, and tactical. We've split them. I actually think that's genius. I'm very excited to see if that continues to play out. But it's we give ourselves enough space because you and I are both action oriented. We were chomping at the bit to get to tactical.
Yeah.
And then I felt like we weren't having enough time to really
connect.
So I'm excited for that tweak. I think that's going to be a step in the right direction.
All right, cool. Well, let's move on. I agree 100%.
Okay.
All of those are good. I feel like we kind of got into a little bit of the weeds with us talking because I was thinking too long about what my changes would be.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that we're spot on. So let's move on. And I'm excited about the next spotlight, which is a quick hit of a tech tip for parents.
Okay, I debated which one to start with since this is the inaugural tech tip, but I chose one of the first things you need to do when you're setting up good parental controls, which is if you are on Apple, and I'll speak to Google, you sit tight. I'll speak to you in a second. But the theme here is you got to get your kids their own account. So what I mean is you go into your own settings, you go to Apple Family Sharing, Google, you go to Google Family Link, and you add a kid that has a parent-kid relationship and you set them up. This does include parent verification. It does include putting in their birthday. It includes setting up an email for them. They don't actually need to check their email, but that is part of account creation. But they need their own account so that you can set up all of the parental controls. And we'll get into that later. But if you have not done this yet, go in and set up each kid with their own account. It's mission critical to getting good parental controls locked in. Google, it's pretty much the exact same thing. You go into the Google Family Sharing and you set up a kid account and they walk you through the flow. If you need any more tips, we got a great YouTube video on the actual buttons you push for both Apple and Google. We walk you through it. Get your kids their own accounts. Even if they're not doing too much yet. It's never too early.
Yes. At any age, we will link the parental control video, as Kate mentioned, and it is simplified. We really prided ourselves on making those very tight and short and easy to follow, no matter what your tech level is.
Yeah.
So linked.
Okay. You can do this. You can do this. Get your kids their own accounts. That's the first one.
I love
Okay.
it.
Obsessions. What's your obsession?
My obsession is a song that has been really putting me in a good headspace, and it's super fun. So the song is called Nothing Else by Forrest Frank and featuring Thomas Rhett. And it's uplifting, and I think it's just a summer fun hit, windows down, like we were talking about, lighthearted song that's bringing all the feels.
Great. I love it. You sent it to me, and I swear I clicked through the link and it didn't work, but...
I don't think that's true. I think you're lying. I think I know that link worked because I went to our text right before this to click it to double check and make sure I had the right name of the song. It worked perfectly. So you haven't listened to it yet.
No, I haven't listened to it yet. Thanks for sending it though.
I was trying to send it when you were having a hard week the other week, and I wanted you to have an uplifting song. So the timing's not going to feel right.
Well, add a little context then. Jeez.
I think I said this song has been putting me in a good headspace. Hope it helps. Smiley face. No response.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
No, it was just a link. Just a random link coming across. I was like, what is this?
No, it's not. I would totally get it go. Oh, it did. It absolutely had a sweet note. Now I'm going to go back because maybe it wasn't as sweet as I said.
New song Phil told me about
that put me in a good headspace.
That's about you. That's not. Wasn't, just to be real clear, that was not. Hey, I know you're having a hard week. This should help.
I thought that was like context clues. I thought that was exactly, you would read into that.
I'm fucking busy over here. Hey, I got something Bill told me about. It's like, cool, I'll get to that when I get to that. That I didn't.
Okay, sorry. I'll be more sweet with my delivery next time. But I was like, put me in a good headspace. You try it as well.
No, you didn't say you try it. You didn't say one thing about me. I was busy.
I thought sharing was the you try it.
No, but I will try it now. Oh, link works just fine. Weird. Okay.
What's your obsession?
Okay. I'm nervous this obsession is going to make me sound like the biggest basic bitch in the history of basic bitches.
Okay. Good lead.
Stanley water bottles.
Oh,
okay, I have 2 fake Stanley water bottles. They don't need to be Stanley. The Amazon ones, in my opinion, just as good. I see 0 product differentiation.
Yeah.
So I have the dupe product.
Yeah.
So I'm not speaking specifically to this, but I'm talking about this oversized, humongous metal with a straw.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is I'm drinking a lot more water by carrying this big ass jug of water around with me.
It's important. Yeah. I don't do it
and that's
much.
part of my health kick. So anyways, I feel like I've committed to I take it room to room with me now. It's a bit unhinged.
Well, I will say the Stanley gets a bad rap now just because it became such like a product whore type of like, oh, you have to have
It
the
became
Stanley.
the Starbucks Lulu bag Stanley of it all.
100%. But I do drink so much more water when I'm carrying around a big water bottle. So I totally get this energy and I love it.
And I like my Yeti one too. So
yes, I have a Yeti one. I don't have a Stanley, but I love the Yeti.
Well, let's link both. Let's link the Amazon one too, because it's excellent.
Okay.
This is not about a label. This is not about a label. This is about an enormous jug of heavy water that weighs 5 pounds that you carry with you everywhere.
Yeah. I am going to also link, I'm going to get this name wrong. What's it?
You guess. I love when you guess and you don't know the word.
I was going to say Oswald, which is not right.
You're thinking Owala then.
Owala. That's what it is. So our sister, I'm going to give her credit because she says she never gets credit.
Okay.
This weekend was talking about these water bottles. And so, and Uncle Tim brought it up. And then Sarah jumped on
Uncle Tim is on Team Owala.
He had it with him at the dinner and he was like, this thing is the best thing ever.
Okay.
And Sarah and all the girls jumped in and said, yes, it's our favorite. We have 2 of them. It's our favorite.
Okay.
And the whole thing is that you don't need a straw because you don't have to tip it up. It's like the way it works is you just sip it. So
it doesn't have the straw that comes down and then you pop it up.
That's right. So it's like it's just like the top, but you can suck it up just like a straw. And you
have to push a button, right? And then it pops.
I'm not 100%. No, there's no pop. He just had it there.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Okay. And it's spill proof. And they were saying that the name came from you look like a koala drinking it or something. So,
spill proof I get. So actually I'm going to try this because sometimes, I throw the big Stanley in the tote bag and then it's mess city.
Yeah.
Spills.
Yeah. They claim this is better because it doesn't spill, but it's like still $40. So it's an investment. But
and I need it that big. Is it that big?
It's pretty big. I'm sure they have different sizes, but I saw a pretty large one that Uncle Tim had.
Yeah, I'm into this. I'm into having one that I can dump in my tennis bag without having to hold it.
Yeah. So
sorry, I'm not talking about tennis. Never mind. I mean anywhere I go.
Exactly. I blocked it out. Don't worry. All right. Good obsessions.
Okay. Let's wrap it up. Do you want to do the spiel? I feel like I've been doing the spiel, but are you ready?
Nah, you got it.
All right.
I just did the spiel when I was doing what my tasks are. I kind of like that you do this because my whole role is to get people to follow us.
Okay. Yeah, you get to outsource it for once.
Yeah, exactly.
Follow us on Instagram. We need more followers there at Sage Parents. We're also on YouTube where you can check out all the cool how-to videos. You can get the free Kids and Tech Guidebook, sageparents.org/guidebook, and then get on that wait list for our safer, AI-moderated, interoperable kid messaging app, Sage Haven. Coming soon. You can go to sagehavenforkids.com and you'll see a button that says early access. Do that. Or you can go to the App Store now and just pre-order it. And then as soon as we launch it this summer, it will automatically download to your phone. So that's fun. So either one, we'll put links below.
Yep.
That's all I got. Share this podcast. Rate us 5 stars. Send it to friends. We're growing organically, so some of you are doing this. Thank you so much. But if more of you could, that'd be sweet.
Yep, nailed it.
All right, sweet. Lila's tan.
Lila's.